Good morning, Miss June. How you doing, my dear?
Miss Hunter, you look like you're ready to speak.
He's telling me about his vegetable soup. They on the quest.
What's in the vegetable soup? What's in the vegetable soup? We really don't want it. You know where I'm going. You're not cooking this for you.
You're not we just made a
QR code for us. This is how we take pivot and we're gonna
Well, you're a pretty boy. I hear y'all dress nice all the time. I bet you in like silk pajamas in the house.
Good morning. Oh, I yelled in the mic. Good.
Man, you don't think you got something. You got just sit there. That robe.
Thank you.
See, I did smoke.
Thank you. Go ahead, give everybody a chance to do
smoked
that.
prime rib.
If this is your first time with us, please also scan the QR code just so we can stay connected. I'll go through our usual housekeeping and then we'll get to the main events.
Can I add something before I'm on housekeeping? Please, if you have coffee, do not put coffee cups with liquid in the trash can. Please just down to the restrooms and pour it out. Don't leave it for folks because we don't have a cleanup crew. And folks have been leaving coffee cups full with liquid. Come on, folks, we're grown-ups.
Probably the ones who need to hear that are probably not here.
Yeah.
All right, everybody locked and loaded? Okay, here we go. Well, good morning. This is 1 Million Cups, and the mission of 1 Million Cups is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, and connection for all types of new, seasoned, aspiring entrepreneurs throughout the United States. We have a few key pillars. One is we give presentation, not pitches. We make authentic connections. We're not just here to network, and we're radically and intentionally inclusive, run for the community, by the community. What I mean by that are these are the local businesses and business owners that bring this to you weekly. We're grateful to the Midlands Innovation Exchange for housing us. We appreciate the Waffle House for donating your free coffee. And these below are the business owners that help bring in the presenters, coach the presenters, handle all of the marketing, and just keep the ship afloat. And it is a purely volunteer position. We get no payment for it whatsoever other than the ridiculously ugly t-shirt that Bob has on today. So that's all we get for our labor and our love and our talents. Our local program, if you haven't known, we've been here for over 10 years. We're held weekly on Wednesday mornings, and we've had over 500 entrepreneur presentations. We also offer educational topics like finance, future frame networking, and provide you with local resources. We have one presenter every week with about a 5 to 6 minute presentation, and we follow that with Q&A from the community. We also provide you with some mated sessions where we bring entrepreneurs back into the building and they tell us about their journey making it big in the Columbia area. We're always free, open to the public, and we give you free coffee. I am looking for presenters. We're filling our pipeline for April and May. So if you're interested in presenting, please remember it is not a sales pitch and it is not an investor pitch. The goal is to have people understand what you do and some of the challenges you've had in building your business. You're here to present on sharing your entrepreneurial journey. We love new companies, 0 to 5 years old, open to community engagement. Maybe you're rebranding, you've got a new idea, or you want to start something. We love all of those presentations, and you can apply here at this link or come and see me or one of our organizers in the back of the room as well. We have 2 Facebook pages. One is our 1 Million Cups Facebook page, which is kind of the national page. And this one here, this is our local Columbia page. So if you have any questions, want to share any resources, or you're looking for any resources, this is where we like that engagement to take place. So if anybody wants to pop on there real quick, I will give everybody an opportunity to do that. So help the phones in the air. There we go. Thank you, folks. Awesome. Wonderful. Upcoming presenters. So next week we're going to have Mr. Nick Collins in, and he's going to talk about Nick Collins Authentic. We've got some open slots. Do we still, coaches?
Yeah, well, we're gonna try and fill those.
We're gonna so we're hoping to fill those 2 slots by the end of this week, and then at the end of the month we've got Austin Doolittle coming in to talk about Poly Energy. So if you're interested in presenting for May, please let us know. Just take a second, just look at your phones, make sure they're on silent or vibrate, or just shut the damn things off. We just like to do that out of the courtesy of our presenter as well as our neighbors around us. So thank you all. And without further ado, I know me, this man needs no introduction. He's the guru in the back of the room. Everybody please help welcome Mr. Derek Walker.
Cool. I was volunteered for this.
Yes, he was, true.
I was planning on not doing this. I'm gonna go, this is an educational session, more or less, but since I don't know nothing, there will be no education to it. It's gonna be some rambling from more marketing crap from the back of the room. In all honesty, the reason I'm in this room is I'm from Columbia. Born elsewhere, spent time 13 other Army bases because my dad was in the Army, including Berlin. But I grew up in high school and college here. Went to church here. Got friends and family here. And the worst thing in the world is to watch people who spent all their money opening a small business fail. I've been in advertising for almost 40 years now. And the worst part of my job is to actually see great products and great services crash. And they crash because people can't market them. No, they won't market them. Next slide, please. Watching people run businesses without a marketing plan hurts too much. I'm not asking you for a budget. I'm asking you for a damn plan. Have an idea. You opened a business and have no idea how you're going to sell it. And right now I'm talking marketing, and there really is 5 P's to marketing: price, product, place, people, and promotions. But when we talk about marketing, most people are really talking about the last P, promotions. So I live and breathe advertising. Advertising is not marketing. Advertising is the paid services, paid promotions of goods, products, or a service. Simple definition. That's what I do. I work under the auspice, under the umbrella of marketing. Marketing is bigger than advertising. Marketing is actually the internal part of what you do to promote your business. All of the 5 P's are internal. I'm not going to lecture a coach on this. The other reason I didn't want to do this is because I'm always saying it, because I really want you to succeed. And it's like this room just, it breaks my heart. Some of y'all should be huge. I watch presenters get up here and they're spending money where they don't need to spend money. Look, folks, there are resources in this community. Ask folks. I do not do business in Columbia, South Carolina. I broke the rule. I did it one time. Next slide. Why do I bother? Because I genuinely want folks to succeed. A strong, let me get y'all to think a different way. Who in here owns a business? Raise your hand. Please note that I did not put that I'm not going to curse in public word small in front of business. We need to stop putting that word in front of what you do. Is it small to you?
No.
It's how you pay your bills. It's how you provide for your family. So start thinking like a business, not a small business. A business. And that's what I do. Why do I talk about advertising and marketing so much? Because I've seen it I make clients good money. I'm not at Radio Shack with just one campaign back in the early 2000s. My boss calculated we made about $70-80 million off of it. Cost us $3.5 to run the campaign. I make money. I print money. So the advice I'm giving to you, I charge folks for at about $186 a minute. A minute. I will be charging somebody next week, so I won't be here on Wednesday because I'm going to Kansas City for somebody to pay me that. And Dad wanted to do this stupid podcast thingy, so I'm hating him because I just said that on a podcast, and they may hear it.
I'll cut it out.
Yeah, but they're paying for the same kind of talk that I give this room for free. So the one thing I need you to hear from me today is, please put some thought into your marketing. Build that marketing plan out that's on every. Tom, have you ever seen a template for a business plan that didn't include a marketing plan? No, I'm talking about the template.
They don't think, folks, they don't think their product needs promotion.
Yeah. And guess what, folks? Friends and family will not keep you in business. They love you, and actually, let's be honest, family is always going to want the discount. They ain't even going to pay full price. If they loved you, they pay full price. Next slide. Your marketing has to be like you, special. There are no cheat codes. Dear God, don't ask me how to do this quick. No one size fits all solution, no quick fix, and there's definitely no easy and cheap way. I wish there was. There isn't. You got to invest time. You have to do the work of developing a marketing plan and then acting on it. It doesn't have to be elaborate. Next slide. Marketing should be fun. You know why it's fun? Because you get to think about the people you're selling to. You're not worried about metrics or anything else. How many of you really know who your customer is? Don't raise your hand. I will bet you money I know your customer better than you, and I don't know your business. And I tell people this all the time. My job isn't to know your business. My job is to know how to reach the people you want to reach for your business. Different thing. Stop, stopping, and starting. Dear God, keep going. Move like your business depends on it. Simple is always better. If you got 5 messages in your marketing that you just have to say, guess what? You got 5 pieces of crap nobody's going to remember. 1 message. 1 point. If you don't get anything else, 1 freaking point. People want to sell 3 or 4 things, and don't sell features. What's the benefit to me as a customer? Why should I care? A lot of us think our product is the greatest thing on the planet. But guess what? The people you're trying to sell to, they worked hard for their money. They're busy, they got bills, and you're going to ask them to take some of that hard-earned money and spend it on what you got. Why should they? That's what marketing answers. Next one. That's all, folks. Questions, comments, complaints, praise, money, gelato. I take gelato any day as currency. I'm easy on that. But I wanted to end this real quick so you can ask those questions. Yes, sir.
I had an opportunity to, at one time in my career, to make a presentation. I'm not technical, but to a bunch of technical people. And my boss turned around to me after I got finished the presentation and said, you need to simplify your presentation. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you mean dumb it down? I mean, I'm talking with all these brainiacs, you know, from all over the world. And he says, no, simplify.
Yes.
And I said, why? And he said, because when it's simple, people remember it.
Yeah.
That helps them. The simpler the message, the easier it is to remember. And I've walked with that ever since.
And that's so true. Let me say this about simple. Simple is not easy. Simple looks easy. But what Tom's talking about is dialing in. Yes, ma'am.
So what would you say are the top 3 fundamental metrics for a marketing plan? Meaning you need something to measure whether it's successful or not. So there's got to be some fundamentals that you should have that you can measure in a marketing plan. So what are those things?
Here's the hard part. Are you a new business, established business?
Established.
Okay, established. Awareness. Let's go with awareness first. See, because awareness determines sales. Okay? Sales, awareness, and return customers. See, a lot of us are marketing for new customers only. But your business is healthy off of that return customer, that repeat customer. Repeat customers are easy. You've already paid the price to acquire them. There's a cost to acquire every customer you get. When you chase new customers, there's an expensive cost to acquiring new customers. And too many of us focus on, I gotta get new customers, I gotta get new customers, I gotta get new customers. What happens if you acquire those customers you already have go to work for you? Dad, where did we go? What's the young lady's name? The hot dog place.
Rebel Dogs.
Rebel Dogs. Love Rebel Dogs. If you hadn't been to Rebel Dogs, go to Rebel Dogs on Gervais. Very good hot dog. What I told her was, and I tell anybody else this, I said, pay a bounty. If I bring in 4 other orders with mine, give me a discount. But do we do that? If the person that's already doing business with you brings you more business, how do you reward them? That doesn't cost any marketing and advertising dollars. But what are you doing? And you know what I feel like? If I know you're going to give me, if Rebel Dog's going to give me my order free, if I bring 4 people in, I tell Dad, me and Dad hang out way too much. Real quick, and I'll get you in the back in a second. I worked at Fahlgren Martin Advertising in Dublin, Ohio. And when I first got there, they didn't prepare me for this. One day, Wednesday or Thursday, over the speaker, I hear ice cream, ding, 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 ice cream, ding, 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 ding. And everybody gets up and goes to the front desk. The local ice cream parlor had gone around to all the businesses in their area and given them this electronic ice cream scoop that went ice cream, ding, 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 ice cream. And whoever placed the order got their order free. And our receptionist never let go of the scoop. Dottie wouldn't let no one else place that order. I'm like, Dottie, you pimping me out? I gotta go pick up this ice cream, but you get the free one? She goes, I got the scoop. I have the power. Think about it. They spend some money on a scoop. In an office of 100 people, they got, and I mean, the orders would be 20, 30 Sundays. Shoot, they love Dottie. And Dottie would ring that thing on a Wednesday or Thursday, never on a Friday. And, grown people like, oh, gotta go. We'd be in client meetings go, do you want ice cream? And look at the clients, huh? I'll be right back there. Just stay safe. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What marketing efforts do you see Columbia businesses missing? Like, I see a lot of billboards, I see a lot of print material. Are there any other efforts that businesses should explore that they're not?
Direct mail.
Direct mail. Wow.
Direct mail is easy. It's okay. It costs you a little bit, but understand direct mail targets. I mean, you think social media claims to target direct mail? Those direct mail companies can tell you household size, income, education, sex. I mean, you can dial in deep, fast, and in a hurry. That's one. By zip code. By house, by home prices, values. Let me follow that one up with TV. And here's why. If you're introducing a product or service, nothing on this planet works like TV. It costs a little bit more, but it works harder because it exposes you to more eyes immediately. Now, you want to do a specific, say I want to reach people 20 to 30 who have an income of 45,000, no children, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing direct mail. But if I want to get, I'm selling charcuterie boards. Did I say that word right? Yes. I can't. And I want as many football tailgaters and partiers as possible. I can hit TV and get a wide, it's a shotgun. After TV and radio, things start becoming different weapons. And I'm talking in weapons, and I don't mean to, but it's the easiest way for you to see it. Digital becomes a rifle. It's a little narrow. You got one or two shots. You can get multiple shots, but it's when you get down to things like direct mail, you get down to sales promotions, you get down, you're sniping. You're picking targets.
What about social media?
Social media is dangerous. I love social media. I hate social media because social media is word of mouth. We call it social media, but think about what happens with social media. When you post something and somebody had food poisoning and that restaurant posts something great, guess who hops on there in the comments? Oh, you got a special now that you nearly killed me. And if you hadn't seen that, Lord, look at what happened to McDonald's, where the CEO of McDonald's posted himself pretending to like his burger. And he took this little nibble, and the guy from Burger King came on and buried his face in it. And Wendy's got into it. And I mean, everybody's piling on. This is why I say social media is dangerous, because what happens is the world can respond, but you don't know how they're going to respond sometimes. So your house has to be in order. Yes, sir.
Derek, what do you think of those billboards, those LED ones, those new ones that rotate through ads and stuff? What do you think of those?
I like those billboards. I don't have an advertising media that I dislike. I really like billboards. I don't like them rotating, the digital. I would rather pay for it to be stagnant, because at 55, 60 miles an hour, and let's pretend that we don't live in Columbia, South Carolina, where people don't go 80, 90. That rotating billboard is a crapshoot as far as how many people are going to see it. Because how long does it take you to go a mile if you're driving 70 miles an hour? Billboards trying to cycle through, but I like digital billboards that stay. I love billboards. Let me tell you, outdoor in Columbia is great. Newspaper in Columbia used to be great until the state blew it up, because guess what? We are an older community demographically. So older people were reading the newspaper and they were looking at the ads. This is a reading community. So print still works if there's a good print medium. Yes, ma'am.
Is there a difference between marketing and branding, or is branding a child of marketing? Branding is a child of marketing. Always will be, and I will fight with these people who do what I do, who say branding is something entirely different, because they're wrong. It falls under marketing. Branding is simply the identity of your product or service, your business. I'm going to say your business. Don't brand a product. You brand a business. When I say, let me get you right, Rolls Royce, what do you think? Luxury. See, luxury comes quick, fast, and hard. But Rolls Royce spent money to build that idea that they're luxury. That's the brand.
I think it's also the idea that it's how your audience sees you. It's
the
promise to your audience of how you're going to be representing yourself in whatever field and industry that you're in.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
one of the things that struck home, and we haven't revisited it, is to just keep doing it.
Yes.
That's one of my flaws. That's why it hit home. Like going, yeah, you go do this big splash, and you get a little bit of momentum, and you're like, oh, this is great, and then you're like, okay, now I can relax.
You can't.
And you have to just, consistency beats these big splashes every day.
Oh, two little stories. I went to E.O. Wright Middle School. I was a pimp back then. Big fro. This is the 70s, so y'all just have to excuse me. I walked over to Marjanelle Montgomery at the dance, crossed that gym floor. It's Marjanelle, would you like to dance? And she looked me in the face, smiled, and said, no. And I turned my little self around, head held high, and walked right back over to my boys. Now, if I had walked back over and said, I ain't never asking another girl to dance, how stupid would that have been? But what we do in our businesses is we get a no, and we go, that didn't work. I'm never doing that again. To your point, we got to keep going. You got to give yourself, I had it on there, you got to give yourself the grace to fail.
Can I do a story that really backs that up?
Mm-hmm.
I had a client one time, he had a bar, and he had a busy Sunday night. Now, bars aren't usually busy on Sunday nights. And I asked him, how'd you do this? And it was called Blues Sundays. And he had a band that approached him about doing a blues night. We'll be here every Sunday night for you if you'll just let us play. And you pay us, I forgot, it wasn't a large amount of money, but it might have been $300 or $400 every time, plus part of the ticket. He's like, sure, I'll give you 6 months. And he committed to that.
Mm-hmm.
The first 2 months, it was crickets. I mean, literally just the family members of the band. And they didn't spend a lot of money. Third month, maybe he's getting a few people, so now instead of 5 or 6 people, he's got 10. By month 4, all of a sudden it's picking up. By month 5, it's busy. By the 6th month, it's the busiest night of the week for him.
Mm-hmm.
But most people, after 90 days, would say, this isn't working, I'm cutting my losses now.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a better proof of, if you just stick with something, it can work.
GMAC, there's a great point. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have a question, and actually opening up for everyone is I have a product that I have right now, but in the market or in the marketplace, it's either like extremely high the price and or extremely low, and I'm trying to create a middle. Like kind of like a mid-range price where people will purchase the item, and it seems because I've looked everywhere and it's kind of like nobody is doing that. Like the mid-range, it's either like extremely cheap or extremely expensive. Do y'all have any suggestions about?
First of all, which one's the most popular? Which one's selling the most? The low end or the high end?
I think what's selling the most is the one on the low end, but the one that's making the most money is on the high end.
Then you understand why they priced it high. They're making money. See, sometimes what we think is volume beats price. It doesn't. It's not always. If you're not selling widgets, then you're not gonna.
There's a lot that goes into that to
Yeah.
understanding how to price that. There's probably a very good reason why there's not a mid-range version
Yeah.
of this, right? Because it's either too expensive to get the cost where it needs to be
For the quality.
for people to buy it at a mid-range product
Okay.
versus a low-range. Same thing with like microphones, right? When I buy microphones, the high-end product is going to work, it's going to last. It's branded, it's gonna, got quality. But if I go out and buy a cheap mic, which there are tons of them out there, it might work once, it might work twice, but the quality is gonna decline very quickly, right? It's just gonna fade away. Now, if we find a good mid-range, it's coming from China. A good mid-range is not being made here. It's coming on a ship from China, and it's going to last quite longer than the low range that's made here. The problem is that if I'm making stuff in China, I've got a significant amount of overhead that goes into making that kind of quality, right? So I don't know what your product is, but one of the things I would look at is go and research where these products, where they're being made, and you'll see kind of where that spread is on the product. You know what I mean? Like if it's something that's very high end that's being done locally, then you can look at, well, why is it able to be made here and that price be so high?
And you shouldn't be selling on price.
Okay.
Price is a dangerous creature because the big boys can always lower their prices on you and put you out of business. And if you think I'm lying, look at what Walmart did to small towns.
Unless you know you're the low cost provider,
Yeah.
stay away from competing with price.
Yeah, price will get you. And I worked for Pizza Hut for 13 years. We would lower our prices to beat mom and pa's out of business in a heartbeat. Just 1 or 2 stores right around it. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
I'm not cutting that one out.
That was back in the 80s.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, the statute of limitations passed on that. But think about that. These Fortune 5, you want to know how you can see this? Look at the price of Cokes and Pepsis in grocery stores compared to convenience stores. The soda, they get higher the further you move away from a grocery store on purpose. They're punishing those customers that stop at the convenience stores for stopping at the convenience stores. They want you to go and buy more from the grocery store. There's a philosophy, that's why price is really important, because Americans view price differently. Too low, and we say the quality's bad, it's not reliable, it's not going. So there's a connotation. So you've got to find that sweet spot where your quality's great, but your price isn't too high. Yes, sir.
Given Columbia's projected growth with the Bull Street District, you got Finley Park, you got the Blackwood plant, you got the Lagoon coming and everything like that. Do you think we will have a near future where social media marketing will become like one of the #1 marketing happening with families and everything?
No.
You don't think so? Not in Columbia?
We say that because we have a digital marketing company. We believe in social media.
I believe in social media. Wait a minute. I believe there are some flaws to what happened with social media. And hear me out on this. See, social media started because we at the ad agencies told all those people that were interested in social media when it first came out. I sat in the very first presentation for Facebook, and my boss turned and said, "Who can we load this on?" And we took those people and drove them away, and they went away with an attitude that hurt everybody. They were going to be cheaper and faster, and being cheaper and faster wasn't what they were going to be. We're going to be on all the time. Guess what? How many of y'all click on a Facebook ad every day?
I'm scared.
You see the hands? So
Well, I have caveats to that. Because with TikTok and social media now, I don't use Google. If I want to find a hairstylist or a makeup artist, I'm going to TikTok because I want to see your work. I want to see your product. With print, if you send something to my house, more than likely I'm going to throw it in the trash because I can't see your portfolio.
and there's not but now be honest. See, you got skin in the game.
What you also are seeing here is a generational.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why I said.
Something we're not seeing
Talking about old
is
people.
this is a young brain. This is a young brain. This is an old brain. Yeah.
No,
It's a young brain versus old brain.
but actually it isn't for me. Understand something. See, people say this all the time, and I get this argument with the Super Bowl. And see, we're talking about folks who've done Super Bowl spots. So I'm sitting here and people going, "Oh, but the Super Bowl, I could have spent all that money on social media and made how many things?" The Super Bowl in one night delivers 150 million sets of eyes, not 150 million eyes, 150 million sets of eyes in one place at one time seeing one message. What results is, now here's where digital comes in. The average is 300% improvement to traffic to every social media, to every ad on the Super Bowl. Do you know how many of those websites are not prepared for that volume of traffic? Their social media feeds see average about 200, 300% increase. I'm not downplaying this, but I'm saying be careful. This isn't us against them. I don't have a favorite. I know what works. And what I'm saying, and to your point is, here's the sad part about Columbia. Columbia is bringing all that in, but we are not getting younger. The University of South Carolina, Benedict, Allen, CIU, they all want to figure out the same problem we have. We cannot keep young people in town.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
And so we're not dismissing social media or digital marketing. I'm not. What I'm saying is you have to have a quiver, an arsenal.
Right.
And when you get,
one piece.
yeah, it's one piece of the puzzle.
Not the whole puzzle.
If somebody's running TV commercials, how does your services augment what they're doing on TV and radio? Yes, sir.
so, and part of that is social media is your proving ground, right? Social media because when you do social media ads, you're creating a plethora of ads. You have to create volume. Quick, cheap, and crank them out because you're looking for data that says this works.
Right.
When you find something that works in social media, you should have planned it well enough that it can transition to a TV spot. It can transition to a billboard, and you know how to work what's stopping the scroll. Right? When you understand what's stopping the scroll, that means you understand what's grabbing attention, what that demographic is actually looking for. And again, this is all part of understanding who you are talking to. If you are not talking, you're not going to find a boomer scrolling on social media and buying from social media. That's not their thing because they don't trust authority. They want
Or Generation X.
the generation or Gen X, right? I'm Gen X.
Yeah.
We want to see facts. We want that data. We want to see it in action. Your Gen Alpha ain't like that. They scroll. Oh, that's hot. I want to see that. They go off and
Yeah.
immediately test. So it's all about who you're speaking to and understanding that, like he said, this is just part of an arsenal of weapons that you should have at your disposal because depending on your client, they may not ever need to talk to boomers. So you're doing social media is perfect for them. But if you got somebody that is trying to purchase a home or you're somebody who's they're up in age and they're doing something different, you need to have a tool that speaks to them as well. Otherwise, you're dead in the water.
Yeah. We got 2 more questions real quick. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I will get to my question. So last night I had a post that got 6,000 views, and I don't know if that's going to translate to sales or not. And this gets back to metrics, right? But I can go in person to a bookstore owner and they'll order 30 books from me in my thanks. So how do I know how effective that's going to be as opposed to like speaking directly to people and all that?
He been hanging out with me. Go ahead.
So when you're dealing with that, you're looking at what we talk about, what stops the scroll. How long they're staying on it. Are they clicking through? What's your call to action, right? Are you telling them to go someplace? Or are they just, because impressions, it looks good, it makes us feel warm.
It looks pretty.
Right? But it doesn't do anything for sales.
Wait a minute.
You craft a message.
And this is why I was going to get on Alfredo last week, and I love Alfredo, and I love this presentation. See, y'all are living in the instant. I'm playing a long game. Those 6,000 views, comments, whatever, I'm thinking, how am I building the brand? I'm building a reputation off of that. If you look at my social media, I never ask anybody to hire me as a speaker. Never. But the funny part is I keep getting hired. See, folks think I'm playing. I'm out here saying whatever I want to say. But what it is I've got a long game. You got a short game and you got a long game, folks. You need that short game to keep the lights on. You need that long game to make you rich.
And stay in business.
And stay in business. And they're two separate paths. When you can finally, as a business owner, get to the point that you can stop thinking about just surviving. Change your plan. You've been surviving for so long that you've been eating beans and rice. You can have a pork chop or a steak now. Then let you, yes sir. I'm sorry, Bob's arm's gonna drop off.
Okay, well, first of all, Annette, interesting accent. After this meeting, I'm gonna ask you what part of China you're from. But anyway. Okay, I've seen data for South Carolina as of last year was the most moved in state in the nation. From like, I guess it's U-Haul data, census data. These two youngsters bring up, a good question, for me anyway. Is there does anyone know where I can get data breaking that down into age groups?
That's the Census Bureau. But be careful with that. Every state claims to be the most moved into. But Texas has really got a claim to that. Because Texas it has no state tax.
And there's serious problems with that data.
Yeah.
Why? Because people are moving here, but it doesn't cover why, right? And the reason why is lower cost of living, because economy is shrinking. Doesn't say that we're getting a ton of jobs. We are getting more jobs than we've had, but who's getting those jobs, right? So you have to look at the totality of the data to understand what's really happening. Yes, it looks great on paper to say we're one of the fastest growing economies, but is the job market keeping pace with that?
Let me stop y'all right here for a second, because this conversation right here is marketing. See, we're not talking about promoting a product. We're talking about understanding who's going to buy.
Derek,
and we don't. Yes, sir.
Talk that a little bit more. Okay? Not just South Carolina. Is there data out there? My markets are specifically Lexington, Richland, and Aiken counties. Can I isolate those counties?
Yes.
By age group, who's moving in and who's moving out?
You can, but you're going to have to pay for it.
Yeah.
The census data again?
No, there are services that will marketing research companies.
Probably Statistica.
Yeah.
Do you want to do mailers, Bob? What do you want to do?
Yeah. Pretty much. But I want mailers or.
The direct mail companies can give you that.
Yeah, direct mail. Yeah. I have a printing company that can do that for you. You buy a list and they do all those things for you.
They'll tell you. Yeah. We are a data-rich society. I have issues with some of that because I think you should own your data. That's just me. It's your data. It's your information. When I did focus groups, I used to pay between $100 and $200 a night per person. Now Facebook gives you a membership and gives that away. TikTok gives you a membership and gives that away. You get nothing for using the tool.
Opt out.
Yeah. But in my soul, that bothers me because I know you used to pay regular folks for this information. Now, it's all well and good, except in Europe. The EU is a different creature. The EU says you own your data and you have a right to determine who makes money off of it. I'm just saying. So, see, there are some issues as far as, and I'm not really, it's just, I know you used to get paid to tell these stories. Where you shop, I used to pay you $100 and give you a pizza. Y'all said it, you're setting a focus group, got fed and everything, but there was some value to it for you other than being on social media or websites. Yes, sir.
They've also tricked you into doing it. Right?
Yeah.
So when you go and review a product on Amazon, when you go and leave your opinion somewhere, you are contributing to these focus groups that are scraping the internet for this data. There's a whole, to speak about social media, when we are dealing with how we find these cycles, we scrape the internet. And the internet, anytime you go and say, I had a terrible problem with this product, and you leave your name, and they know your account. They know your spending habits.
You'll be surprised how much they're making off of what you get, you're giving away for free.
And they're selling it,
And that's where I am. I think am I out of time?
You're out of time. Yeah, it is the 10 o'clock time slot. So for those that know that and have to go, you're free to go. Otherwise, you want to hang out and.
Yeah, I'll hang out for a bit. What 1 million cups Columbia can do for me is y'all keep on trying. And I mean that with all sincerity. Failure is not failure until you have to shut down. Anything other than that is not really failure. It's just a lesson. But be adaptable. Learn from these things. You know, there's success in how you fail. Your mistakes you make. Don't beat yourself up over them. Learn from them. Use them and grow from them. In another time and place, I can list my mistakes and I can tell you how I grew. I have never in my last 30 years of working in ad agencies ever left a job and taken a pay cut. Never. Why? Because I fell up. I learn from it, I adapt, I grow, evolve, I change. Huh?
You do it once, you won't do it again.
Yes, indeedy. I don't repeat mistakes. No, Lord, no. So thank you for your time. I'll be here. Okay, who's getting me gelato? Oh, and one big collective sigh. Tom, the good news, please.
Oh yeah, I've been in Charleston since since February the 16th with my wife going through cancer treatment in USC. For the PET scan yesterday morning, she is in 100% remission and the cancer is.
So you send her one big giant 1 million cup hug from all of us.
Yes.
I'm so good news.
Oh my God, you way about the I was like, y'all need to do a session. That's really all
I would prefer you to be closer to the iron and be in the middle. Because it sends a message that you work hard, that you put something into it. I'm not going to pay for it.